Honorable. Let's appreciate Honorable Oburu Odinga. Karibu.
Asante sana Bwana Karuri. Wananchi wa Kiambu, hamjambo? Muriega renge. Ngai ni mwega. Endears yothe. Asante, and that is his nature. Thank you. Ya, sina mengi ya kusema kwa sababu sisi tumekuja hapa kwa rafiki yetu ya dhati, mzee the late Nginyo wa Kariuki. Nginyo wa Kariuki was a great friend of my dad, and unfortunately I did not come to his funeral. But when Raila told me that he was coming here, I told him that I must come with you. I must come to pay my respects to Mzee Nginyo wa Kariuki, not just because he was a true friend of my dad, but because he also became a great friend of mine. And he was one of those rare people whom, when he's a friend of your dad and your dad passes on, he continues to be a friend of the children of his friend. And immediately I joined politics and I came in a by-election after my father expired. When Nginyo Kariuki called me to Nginyo Tower in his office on the first floor, and he gave me 100,000 shillings in 1994, which was a lot of money. And I can tell you that throughout the campaigns, not even my brother, not even my friend Jim, gave me a single cent. It is only Mzee Kariuki who thought that I needed money, because I was a poor civil servant who had just come from office, and I joined the campaigns without money. And he knew that. I don't know how he knew, because I never asked him to give me money, but he gave me money. And that one I will appreciate until my last day. I also want to say that my friend Mzee Nginyo called us here several times with the Council of Elders of the Luos and the elders of the Kikuyu. And he tried to bring the mountain and the lake, but circumstances did not favor that coming together, even though he really tried, together with Mzee, the late Njenga Karume. We were in Njenga Karume's home and in Nginyo Kariuki's home. We tried several times, but the government of the day was very vicious against the whole thing, and it scuttled. But I'm very happy that we have come again. Now, when circumstances have changed, when the government of the day is part of this movement, which is to bring the lake and the mountain together, and as Jim Orengo says, whenever that happens, the country moves forward. And that is what happened at independence. That is what happened at independence. Mzee Jaramogi Oginga Odinga was very, very close to Mzee Jomo Kenyatta. And they were not tribal at all. The differences which came between them was merely ideological. But people misconstrued it to be political, that Mzee Jaramogi was or tribal, that it was a tribal war. There was no tribalism at all in that thing. There's no time to explain, but perhaps we could have explained it even more. Raila even knows it better, a little better than me, but there are some things which I know which he might not also know about this. But I'm very sure that it was not tribal at all. Now, him and Uhuru Kenyatta, again the same family, they have shaken hands, and it is determined between our two families that we shall make sure that we clear the air and bring the communities of Mount Kenya and the communities around the lake together again so that the country can move forward. This is our prayer. And I know that a lot of people are saying that the other people who are in front, that they have captured Mount Kenya, that Mount Kenya cannot support Raila. But, you know, when you are in a marathon race, you don't start sprinting. And that is what Uhuru was telling our brother. Please don't sprint. I'm still the boss. Please, please, just run behind me. I will give you the baton. But the man refused. He wants to run ahead of his boss. But in a marathon race, when you start to sprint, definitely you will go out of steam and run out of breath very soon. So I'm sure, because what offense has Raila ever committed against Mount Kenya? Apart from just competition. Competition is not enmity. Competition is actually friendship. Because you compete against your brother, and once the competition is over, you work together. And this is what Raila has done. They are working together with Uhuru, and it's very, very supportive. And Uhuru is also returning anarudisha mkono. Anarudisha mkono because the other one to whom he could have rudisha mkono did not want the mkono. He wanted to run much faster than, following his boss. And I want to just say that I just want to conclude, because we were not here to make long speeches, that actually the journey which has been started is moving on. I think it is moving on well. And we want to ask the people of Mount Kenya to recognize that whereas, no, let me just put it the other way around. You know, Raila, as I told you, has never committed any offense, apart from saying Kibaki Tosha. He said Kibaki Tosha, and people were calling him Mtongoria Jamba. The other people even have some blood on their hands. But now it is said, if those people could come and convince Mount Kenya and move freely and now say that the Mount Kenya is captured, supporting them, how about for somebody who has never committed any offense apart from saying Mtongoria Jamba? Really, is it much more difficult for Raila to talk to Mount Kenya people than those people who are already saying and boasting that they are the bosses, that they have captured Mount Kenya, and that whatever efforts we are making will result to zero? I believe that will not happen. I believe the efforts we shall make will not total to zero, and we have come to extend a friend or a hand of friendship to Mount Kenya, and we hope that this hand of friendship will be returned. Asante and asante sana.
Let's appreciate Honorable Oburu Odinga for your message. And now we'll be prepared.